The city of Chicago is suing Toyota, alleging that a design flaw makes it easier for car enthusiasts to install aftermarket parts made by a third party that make the cars faster and therefore more dangerous. The city says that these faster, more dangerous cars have increased the number of car accidents in the city, and so Toyota needs to be held accountable for other people driving erratically with third-party parts. Just kidding. They're applying that same logic to sue Glock. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Just as the governor of Indiana signed a law ending the city of Gary's frivolous 25-year-long lawsuit against gun manufacturers, the city of Chicago in neighboring Illinois has decided to take up the cause, with the help of Everytown. Of course. In its simplest explanation, Chicago is suing Glock because they say Glock is willfully ignoring how easy it is for people to simply 3D print Glock switches or buy them from weird Chinese companies off dubious social media ads and turn regular Glocks into machine guns. Mayor Brandon Johnson says that Chicago police have found more and more of these guns on the streets, and Glock needs to be held personally accountable. The lawsuit is technically possible under the state's Firearms Industry Responsibility Act, which was passed and signed last year. The law basically says that gun companies endanger the public and so can be sued for endangering the public. The lawsuit claims that Glock is doing just that by unreasonably putting Chicago residents in danger by creating guns that are easy to modify on the cheap. In a statement, the mayor said, "The city of Chicago is encountering a deadly new frontier in the gun violence plaguing our communities because of the increase of fully automatic Glocks on our streets. Selling firearms that can so easily be converted into automatic weapons makes heinous acts even more deadly. So we are doing everything we can in collaboration with others committed to ending gun violence to hold Glock accountable for putting profits over public safety." The mayor didn't say anything about the city putting gun control or restriction of basic human rights over public safety because that would be too on the nose. But before I get into the ridiculous details of Chicago's argument, here is a word about today's sponsor. I would like to tell you all about Connecta Mobile, part of Connecta Satellite Solutions. Connecta Mobile is a cell phone carrier that provides all the benefits of big carrier service and has a huge coverage map, but also offers you end-to-end encryption that keeps your phone and your data secure. I'm really excited to be working with them as more and more stories have come out about government and other bad actors spying on people. And as you can guess, privacy is very important to me, and I am not giving random people on the internet my phone number, and no, I do not have Telegram. Ignore those comments from those scammers. Anyway, so plans with Connecta start at only $35 a month and include full device encryption, data encryption, text encryption, and a free phone. Pretty awesome. And it all comes with a user-friendly interface that anyone can use, even if you are mostly tech illiterate like me. So to switch away from your big government-loving carrier, check out Connecta Mobile down in the description. So this lawsuit claims that anyone with a 3D printer can make a Glock switch and that anyone without one can buy one for $20. But the problem isn't the easy availability of the files, which the government could never regulate anyways, or the companies selling them. It's not even the act of buying one or printing it that's the problem. The problem is that Glock is, quote, aiding and abetting this criminal activity and violating federal law by not making it harder to take their guns apart to install the actual illegal part. It's ironic that the complaint, all 41 pages of it, starts with the fact that Illinois banned machine guns in 1931 in direct response to criminals using Tommy guns. Then the feds banned them. And yet here we are in 2024, and Chicago is still infested with crime, and criminals still have access to full auto guns. It's almost as if prohibition doesn't work, and even after almost 100 years, they can't figure that out. So they say that Glock should fix the problem. Glock should make it so criminals never again have access to full auto guns, and Glock could turn Chicago into a crime-free utopia of rainbow farting unicorns, but refuses because they're greedy and evil. That's the entire premise of the lawsuit. The lawsuit also says that Glock is the most popular handgun in America, both among the law-abiding and criminals, which actually brings us to the argument that millions of Americans own guns but don't shoot people, and the same could be said for the millions of Glocks that exist in law-abiding hands. But we're gonna punish Glock, and not the criminals, because that would be, I don't even know what the argument against that is now. I don't know. We're just not punishing criminals anymore. Racist? Maybe that's the one. Is that what they're saying now? That it's a racist? Or, I don't know. Which is a racist assumption in and of itself. But anyways, the lawsuit also uses the ATF's definitions, which we saw at play in the auto key card case, where basically the ATF says even a part or a drawing of a part is a machine gun. And they use these definitions to accuse Glock of violating federal law and illegally selling machine guns, even though they're not the ones making the parts and don't sell the parts, and when you get the gun, it's a regular old semi-auto pistol. The whole thing is just utterly ridiculous, and I would hope that any judge worth their salt would realize this, but it's 2024 and courts and states are doing all kinds of crazy things all willy-nilly on their own, and I don't know, Hawaii has a spirit of aloha. Maybe Chicago will have the spirit of crime. I don't even know. That'll fix the problem. Anyways, I'm going to watch this one because I'm interested to see how it plays out. On the one hand, the lawsuits that Mexico keeps trying to bring against US gun manufacturers keep getting kicked out, and other similar lawsuits have been kicked out. But then we had that one in Gary, Indiana that was allowed to continue on for 25 years, so we'll see what happens. I will certainly keep you guys up to date. In the meantime, do all the algorithm things, ring that notification bell so that you are informed of any new videos. And as always, thanks for tuning in and happy shooting.